This is my Tesla coil, made entirely from microwave ovens. As you can see, power supply, it's made from two transformers connected in parallel, with half of the third one which we're using just as primary as a choke to control the current. Secondary, this transformer, I managed to take it out and wound the 36 turns of the AVG36 in order to supply cooling fan for my spark gap. And how they work, one of them is blowing the air out from this side, so it's intake, and the other one is pushing the opposite side, so I have complete flow, airflow. Power supply section, again, it's made from two capacitors in serial for each line to control the current, and then another 6 in serial and then in parallel to filtrate the DC current. Now, the secondary that was removed from this guy, it was wounded on secondary of this my coil, which is right here. Consists of 890 turns the wire. Primary, it's made of 5 turns of the copper tube. That's the only thing that was not taken from the microwave. Now, to go into more details, anybody who is interested can email me and I can provide connection how was made it, capacitor the way they made it. Now you can see all these entire capacitors. The whole capacitor bank is 65 nanofarads. Those capacitors are made from salvaging those capacitors simply by precisely cutting the top and taking out the aluminum foil that's inside in there. Now, what you need to do in order what kind of capstans you need, you have to try cutting by 10 or 15 inch of the foil and then measure the capstans between those two guys. Now, keep in mind that once they are rolled in, if it shows you 5 nano from here to here, it's going to show you probably 15 once you roll them in. And this is the one that's already been pre-made and didn't use it yet. Now, very important is when you're wounding those capacitors that you leave the space here for the edges, because if you close like this, you might get a spark between these two foils because they're going to be too close to each other. Now, what I did here, I'll leave this space so when you start the rolling, you're actually giving lots of room for the spark not to short it in between. And as I said, if you need more details, by all means you can email me and I can show you the video how it's made. Like I said, this is one of them. There's some more, and of course not all the time it was successful, because if you make mistake by rolling it, it's gonna burn like this guy. But if you have a time and no money, since those capacitors are very expensive, it's worth to give it a shot. Now, when it's all set up on the way it is like this, it's feeding. Actually, what's happening with those two transformers, each of them is 2000 volt and they're connected in serial, but with the choke over there, it's half which is about 1800 I was measuring, but after the voltage multiplier, which is those two diodes, it gives me output around 6000 volts that goes into the secondary. Now the results of all this job, and as I said, since they don't allow you too much time on YouTube, turret of course is made off of the air duct very precisely. It takes time to do it. And now results, what you get all after all that. Is as you can see it. It takes time to do it, but in the end you'll be happy. Thanks for watching, and as I said, in more details, schematic, drawing, connection, how it's done, by all means you can email me. And again, thanks for watching.